Well, good afternoon, guys. I'm still over here at Sewell Motorcoach in Harrodsburg, Kentucky, and I have a little bit of time left to share with you one more coach. And if there's one thing you know about Doug Sewell with Sewell Motorcoach is that he really loves Newmar motorhomes. And why he was very anxious to have me look at this 2003 Dutch Star, which he says is in immaculate condition, and even though it's green and gold, which is a little bit uncommon, that wasn't that interesting to me. He also has this 2019 Bay Star with a full wall slide out that's on a Ford chassis with the Ford Triton V10 on it. And even though it does look very beautiful and clean, it's still not that interesting to me. I only have about 2 hours before I have to leave to the airport. So when I saw this 2021 Canyon Star from Newmar, I knew this is the one I wanted to show you guys. Yes, it's very pretty. What I wanted to show you on it is that it is a front-end diesel. That means that there's a diesel engine under the hood at the front of this thing. So instead of having that gas Ford V10 or gas Ford Godzilla engine, this has a Cummins turbo diesel underneath the hood here. Now, generally speaking, I always say a front-end diesel is kind of the worst of both worlds. You get all the noise and maintenance of a diesel engine in the front next to the driver and the passenger, with extremely limited access for servicing on the front end under the hood, just like a gasoline engine. You also get the chassis with a solid front axle and leaf spring suspension and a little bit more limited towing capacity, but this 2021 Canyon Star is the exception. On the rear suspension, it does have airbag suspension, safety air brakes, large oversized tires that you'd find on a diesel pusher. And if you've noticed, it has 2 entry doors, which should give you a clue for what I'm talking about. But in order for me to show you, I'm gonna have to unplug this and reposition it so I have more room on the back. All right, so 39 foot. This has a 6.7, I think an ISB, 340 horsepower Cummins diesel in it. Let's see. So let's see how it sounds. Turn that off. And it has a real parking brake, not a park gear, so that's nice to see too. So definitely a little bit louder than you'd normally get on a diesel pusher, but it's not really offensive, and it won't be screaming at those high RPMs that the Ford V10 does. And also, I'll point this out, you have a lot more walking around space here than most engine covers. They usually come out right about there, so you only usually have a tiny little area to get your feet from the seat to the floor. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and drive this thing. We'll put it in the grass over there. Park brake off. And look at that, it's a nice backup camera, very big. Well, it definitely rides a lot better than most gas units. All right. Now, another nice thing about this, it does have an Allison 6-speed transmission on it, and it even has an exhaust brake, which you won't get on any gas motorhome. Which means coming down mountains won't be nearly as scary. So what's so special about this front-end diesel motorhome that I had to show you, and even skipped the all-important roof inspection on it, and I had to reposition it to get more room in the back? It's because this Canyon Star is a toy hauler. We just reach up in here, grab that lever, and we're gonna undo the latch. So this 2019 Canyon Star is a fully functional toy hauler with the capacity to bring 2 motorcycles or a side-by-side with you. And it still has a 6,000 pound towing capacity on it, so you can tow a Jeep with it too. Literally, bring it all with you. And since we're back here already, we might as well start at the back. That's why I said the rear door might be a good giveaway of what's going on here. So you have a second entry door. But that's not it. You also have a roller screen that's powered that'll come back down so that you can enjoy this garage area as a living space even if there's lots of bugs. And with the second door back here, you can just leave the screen door open and you'll get a tremendous amount of cross ventilation without having to open up the windows on the side. And of course, because we're still in the garage back here, just like a normal toy hauler, you have bunk beds, but they're real bunk beds here. So you have a real bunk bed here with wooden railings on the side. There is a bunk ladder to get access to it. If you wanted to, just like any of these Happy Jacks, you can keep this in the up stored position and just have the bottom bunk here down below. And this isn't just a bunk bed. This is going to be convertible into a sofa or a single bunk or two sofas. Now, next to all the tie down track down here, you do have a place to mount the table from the front. So that means in this garage, once all the gear is out of the way, you have 2 or 3 more beds that are about the size of a long queen. It's very close to a king size bed that's just 8 feet long almost. And this is incredibly easy to put back away too. Just roll it back around again. You got a switch right there to bring it all back up. Now, other than being on a motorhome, it's pretty much the same thing you'll find in any other toy hauler. You have a garage AC unit up there that's all separate and not ducted to the inside. Over here, it's set up for a washer-dryer combination unit. Underneath that cover right there, you can even see the vent stack going up. And of course, just like most toy haulers, in the garage you have a separate television and entertainment center. And you're still not stuck in here because you still do have a door right there. But we can't go through there yet because I haven't gone inside and opened up all the slide-out rooms. So while we will go inside and see the rest of the RV, it was this room or garage back here, the whole reason why I wanted to show it to you, and why I said this Fred would be the exception of why you'd want to get a front-end diesel. So now, unlike most of the other motorized toy haulers on the market, they're going to have a gas engine on them. This one also has a very high quality ramp door on it. I've never seen one built into the rear cap and be so effortless to raise up by one hand only. More importantly, some of them may have that Lippard toy hauler ramp door, which is just 1/8 inch Luan sandwiched with some 1.5 inch styrofoam and then a Luan Phylon mesh on the, or matrix on the bottom. So over time and with some water, they start to fail. This one's integrated into the gel coat fiberglass molded rear cap, whereas this ramp is purpose built. It's hard to even see the cross section of it because it's all covered in spray on truck bed liner. So it's going to be very durable and weatherproof. But with all that out of the way, now we can go inside and then do a quick walkthrough. But before I run the slide out rooms out, I will tell you there's one more downside to about a Fred, because the engine's in the front, but the driving axle is in the rear. There's a drive shaft going all the way to the front to the back. Usually that severely limits your storage area down below, because that drive shaft does have to run the entire length of the RV, so you can't have any cross bay storage. But Newmar did at least give the storage area pretty good access. I think my favorite thing is that these doors open to the side and not up. That's pretty good, and you do get some over the top storage for longer items. And these doors are built the exact same way that you're going to see on their Essex, London Air, King Air line of RVs. But I can hear you guys saying there's no outside TV entertainment center, James. Absolutely standard and required on every toy hauler. But don't worry, Newmar got you there too. Just lift up on that, pull this out, and look at that. Outside television and Bluetooth connected multimedia receiver. All right, enough on the outside. Let's go inside. All right, so before I run the slide out rooms out, we might as well see what kind of room there is with the slide out rooms in, because there are 2 slide outs on this. One on the driver's side and then one on the passenger side. Coming in from here, I don't know, we'll call that about 18 inches of space in between the countertop here and the wall over there. A little tight. If you turn sideways, it's fine. We can get to the microwave just fine. The freezer opens up, does hit the wall there. So some access, but at least opens up the right way. You don't have to walk to the other side and then open up the door. It's probably been a good application for Newmar's hybrid pocket door hinge door. This is just a hinge passage door. It's going to go right to this point. I can't open it anymore. And again, to walk through, my shoulders won't get there. You'll have to turn sideways. But once you're inside, you can access everything just as easily because the slide outs won't affect the bathroom once you're inside of it. And in tiny spaces, you do have to make some compromises. Again, going down the hallway here, we'll likely have to turn sideways. That's pretty close. And this is going to be the end of the line. So a queen size bed. In order to get to the garage that we were just in, we would have to hop over the bed. I would say it's going to be very difficult to lay in this bed as a full-grown adult because the foot of the bed is actually underneath the closet space right there. So if you're a little bit shorter than probably 5'8", it might be comfortable. But other than that, you'll have to lay at an angle if you want to use it. But the foot of the bed down there is free, and that's where the TV is. Let's go back up front. All I can say is night and day. Ample space to get through here. You can sit on the sofa just fine. It has seat belts for 3 passengers over here. More than enough leg space. You're not hitting the dinette booth. You can sit down on the dinette booth. It also has seat belts for passengers here. It's pretty comfortable. Got a TV right next to you. And of course the aisleway to the driver and passenger seat is wide open. And because it's a mid-coach entry, the passenger doesn't have to get out of the way for the driver to come in and out. So that's actually a nice selling point too. Go ahead and get the slide-out rooms out. Because, pardon my French, this is a beautiful motorhome, even if it wasn't a toy hauler. Wow, that's really nice. It's a level-out flush floor. I wasn't expecting that. Let's get the bedroom slide out. All right, well that's out. Let's go ahead and get that beautiful establishing shot right here because Newmar hit it out of the park with this toy hauler. The construction and building materials that they did this with makes all the other motorized toy haulers out there kind of pale in comparison, like just throwaway utilitarian purposes. This is a beautiful RV, even if it wasn't a toy hauler. I've never even seen a ceiling like that in an RV. There's no reason to put a coffer ceiling in a toy hauler, but Newmar did it. And that's real wood. That's beautiful. And that means it's ducted to make the AC a lot quieter in here. Start right here with the driver's seat and the passenger seat. Newmar, for no reason whatsoever, did an upgraded two-tone suede upholstery on these gorgeous captain's chairs. This still does have 4-point hydraulic automatic leveling on it with the ability to link up to your phone so you can control it from your phone. While there is no smart wheel on here, it does have a third pedal down there so we can adjust the steering wheel. No digital dash on this one, but you do get a wireless phone charger to the left. The passenger also gets wireless phone charging. And a very well laid out and angled multimedia center with the backup camera separate from that radio. And don't worry, you still get to have your side cameras. Now surprisingly, no over-the-road TV up front, but the cabinetry naturally as a Newmar is all solid wood, including the cabinet faces right there. Surprisingly, I would have expected a roll down bunk on a toy hauler, but I'm kind of glad they don't because those front ceiling bunks can limit your headroom space, so it can be difficult when you're getting in and out of the driver's seat or even the passenger seat. Even though the floor does look like wood, this is going to be a vinyl composite, which means it's more durable and easier to clean, and more importantly keeps the weight down, which is important so that you can have all the gear that you want to and to tow what you want. Now directly behind the passenger seat will be the sofa. This is a full-length sofa. That means you can lay down comfortably in it, but it also does jackknife into a fairly comfortable twin-size bed. Now thankfully you do have day-night roller shades, but they are manual, so you don't have to worry about any motors going bad on those. And even these lights, it's like a big acrylic column on top of that as a diffuser for the LED light down below. There's no reason to go this hard on a toy hauler, and yet they did. Now, across from the sofa, on the driver's side slide out, is going to be the dinette. Now, this dinette does have a solid surface Corian countertop, but it does flip down to become basically a twin size bed there. So really no need for a bunkhouse up front, because you have 1, 2, and then 2 more with the actual bunkhouse in the garage. So really don't need the front one. And yes, the dinette cushions and the sofa cushions made out of the same suede material that the captain's chairs are made out of. Now, in between the dinette, above the table, is going to be the main TV. So you do have very good viewing from the sofa over here. There's a Bose soundbar for the main TV right above it. And yeah, it's real glass on that. Just rear of the dinette will be the galley. Same solid surface Corian countertop material. You have dual under countertop mounted stainless steel sinks. And that is a very thick, heavy duty gauge stainless steel they're using. Now the Corian does make its way under the backsplash here next to the window, but there's also what I would call a faceted glass tile. So it's not beveled on this side, it's beveled on the other side, which really, again, looks really sharp. I haven't seen that before. There is a 2-burner induction stovetop down below and a convection oven microwave right above from Whirlpool. And Doug did say the previous owner just maxed out all the options on here. That's a Fisher & Paykel drawer dishwasher on a toy hauler. Next to the Whirlpool residential refrigerator, which we already saw. It looks like it already has an ice maker in it and refrigerator down below. Now, even though this decor paneling is very nice looking, it is still 1/8" paneling on the wall there. But look at this. This is a solid wood cabinet being used as a pantry, just left on its own. It's almost like a built-in hutch or piece of furniture. That is all solid wood. Speaking of solid wood, that's a solid wood hinge door that we already saw. It does have basically a full-length mirror on it. All right, we'll make our way into the bathroom again. This is a porcelain short residential seat on it, but it is a mass rating toilet. It's not a gravity toilet. Again, that solid surface Corian countertop right here, an under countertop mounted stainless steel sink in the bathroom. Wow. Even that faceted glass tile back here in the bathroom again. Solid wood cabinetry above with the mirrored medicine cabinet and even tiny little acrylic puck lights up there. I love that. So that'll leave us to the shower. Now, it's a pretty standard shower. The good news is that it's a seamless one-piece fiberglass shower surround, so there's no worry about any sort of water leakage down there. And it does still have the flip down bench seat, which is in the right location where this won't be in your back. It also has 2 shower heads, so you have a body spray or a shower head itself, and even that standard Newmar skylight above. Now again, I'm at 6 foot tall. Again, it looks like about a 7-8 step up. Let's see how my head's gonna do. I didn't have to duck getting into here. Now, I won't deny it's a little bit tight in here. It's manageable. If I go straight out, I will hit my head. So if I just step out first, I won't hit my head. All right, now making our way past here. Now there is a pocket door to close off the bedroom from the rest of the RV. Again, it is a solid wood pocket door. Come here to find the second slide out. Now this is a queen size bed that we already saw when we ran it out. There is some storage underneath. There's going to be the cushions for the dinette when it turns into a bed. Now on either side of the bed, it is a Corian countertop on these nightstands with a little bit of storage cubby below. Solid wood cabinetry above. At the foot of the bed, we did see the closet. Decent sized closet, at least a metal closet right above. Storage dresser drawers down below there. It does have a bedroom TV. It's a smart Samsung. Pretty good mount on it. It is on an angle, so you can view it from your bed. But this one does not open up for any sort of hidden storage. And that would really just leave where we started, access to the garage back here. Now that is a pretty substantial drop down right here, at least a foot. So be careful on that one. But about the only real drawback I can see with this entire floor plan, besides that pretty substantial rear step, is that in order for anybody that's here in the garage, if they're living in it, to get to the bathroom, they will have to go through the master bedroom. But that was it. this 2021 Canyon Star front-end diesel toy hauler. I would call it something of a unicorn personally, because I don't see these very often, which is why I wanted to share it with you guys. The only other question I'm sure everybody has, well, there's two questions. What's the mileage? Let's see. We got 22,244 miles. And of course, the second question, what's this thing gonna cost? The only thing I have to base it on is, looks like the base price from the factory was $240,000 brand new. And I think they added an insane amount of upgrades to it. Oh yeah, about $36,000 worth of upgrades. So originally this should have been $276,000. All right, I only have about an hour left now before I have to get down to the airport, because moving this coach and setting everything up took a little bit more time than I thought it was going to. But let's go track down Doug and find out what the price is going to be at Sewell Motorcoach here in Harrodsburg. I tracked him down. He was giving very important people a tour of the dealership right now. Well, I interrupted a very important meeting with very important people, and I'm sorry about that, Doug.
Oh, no problem.
So everybody wants to know, what is the selling price of this 2021 Canyon Star toy hauler? I saw the list price was, with all the options, was about $275 originally.
Yes, with all the options, everything. You could buy this for $1.25. You remember $1.25? Or $225,000.
$225,000.
Yep.
22,000 miles on it, 39 foot.
Yep.
Anything spectacular you want everybody to know?
Well, the paint colors. It's the only one of its kind. That's the only paint color you're gonna see. Very well optioned, and just a rare bird.
I was really surprised. They went really hard to make it a luxury toy hauler. Most toy haulers are almost like kind of insultingly built bad.
Yes, and they're boring too.
Right.
This one's not boring. It's got that Newmar luxury feel to it.
A coffer ceiling.
Yes.
What are the chances of that?
Yeah, and then the two, the Excite radio and the backup camera is the new. That's the same one they put in the King Air.
Right.
And if you don't know about Newmar builds the Bay Star all the way up to the King Air on the same line, the same way.
The correct application for a front-end diesel.
Yes.
All right, Doug. I have to get to the airport.
Yes, sir.
If anybody is interested in this, your website or phone number, I'll try to put across the screen right there.
That's my cell phone number. Call or text me anytime.
What is it?
It's 859-613-2574.
Thank you, Doug. I appreciate it.
Have a great day.
Really was surprised by that. That's why I wanted to share it. 2021 Canyon Star front-end diesel toy hauler. Very nice. I gotta get to the airport, guys. Bye.
$1.25?
$1.25. I had $1.50 in the military.
$1.25. That was the Buick. What's that? Buick. What is it? Buick Riviera. $1.25.
I still can't get over that coffer ceiling. It's beautiful. And in tiny spaces, you always